When we first told you Test Utah is getting a facelift on ABC4 News at 6, the original contracts are set to expire on Monday. State health officials tell us 5 companies will now run our COVID-19 testing. ABC4 News investigator Jason Wynn broke the story and joins us live on set. And Jason, this seems to be evolving rather quickly. What can you tell us about the new contracts?
Hey, good evening, Emily. It's been about 4 hours since we broke this story, and the state says this contract has already been canceled. Nick USA was supposed to help collect COVID-19 tests. Now Nomi Health will be in charge of collecting all the COVID-19 tests in Utah. Those samples will then go to new labs. These are the new contracts for the Test Utah program.
We selected a handful of vendors from both of those 2 arenas and have made the decision that we'll move forward with Nomi Health to operate the sample collection side of things, and they will be partnering with a lab called Fulgent Therapeutics out of Los Angeles for their sample processing.
4 labs total were picked by a state selection committee, including ARUP, Fulgent Therapeutics, Laboratory Corporation of America, and Premier Medical Laboratories.
For the Utah resident who is seeking out COVID-19 testing, this change will be seamless. They won't notice any difference.
The contracts show they were signed in July. Nomi Health, which has been part of the Test Utah program from the onset, will provide sample collections at the cost of $125,000 per month per site. Nomi will also continue to operate the Test Utah website, and the Orem company will continue to provide a call center and chat support channels.
That selection committee determined that they were going to enter into a contract with 4 labs, and none of those labs are Timpanogos.
Timpanogos Regional Hospital Laboratory is the first lab Test Utah used to process COVID-19 tests. It's currently under a federal audit, which should be completed any day. Here's what the new labs will do. ARUP, a nonprofit laboratory associated with the University of Utah, is already conducting COVID-19 nucleic acid amplification testing. The cost, $65 per test. Premier Medical can perform up to 15,000 COVID-19 tests per day and can handle up to 100,000 tests per day with additional staffing or equipment. Laboratory Corporation of America, which began COVID testing back on July 14th, can provide up to 1,000 COVID molecular tests a day at the cost of $100 per test. Which brings us to Nomi Health's partner Fulgent Therapeutics out of Southern California. This company can provide COVID nasal test detection and can provide at-home testing as well. As you can see from this graphic, it will cost the state $70 for a test done by a nasal swab. And when it's up and running, home testing at $120 per test. Now, another company you didn't see on that list was Co-Diagnostics. They created the COVID-19 test to help launch the Test Utah program. No one could give me a clear answer on why that company is no longer being used. I do know to make sure these new contracts work, the state says Fulgent Therapeutics and Nomi Health is already set up in some of the Test Utah locations, and they say things are working well. Emily?
All right, Jason, thanks for looking into that.